Do you ever feel like your voice just isn't you? Like you know it's not what you want it to be, but you're not even sure where to start or where you're trying to go. You're not alone, and trust me, you don't have to figure it all out today. But in this video, I'm going to give you 3 practical exercises to get you started. Hi, I'm Renee, and I'm a gender-affirming voice teacher. If you're here, you're probably feeling a little stuck trying to figure out what kind of voice you want to have. Maybe voice dysphoria is kicking your butt, or maybe you just feel meh about your current voice and know it's not where you want it to be. Maybe you've heard everyone talking about practicing their target voice or new voice, and you thought to yourself, I have no idea what I should be aiming for. Well, today we're walking you through 3 fun and simple exercises to help you check in with how you're feeling, explore what you like, and start figuring out what your ideal voice might be. Plus, we'll talk about why exploration and experimentation are just as important, maybe even more important, than having a concrete end goal when it comes to voice training. Sound good? Let's go! First up, the voice audit. This is all about understanding how you currently use your voice and how you feel about it. Grab a notebook, your phone, or my free practice log template linked in the description below, and start making a list of all the ways you use your voice in daily life. Think about different emotional states, personal contexts, and situations where your voice changes. For example, how does your voice sound when you're talking to your boss? What about when you're hyping up your best friend? How do you sound when you're whispering in a movie theater or yelling to get someone's attention? Once you have your list, pick one sentence and try saying it in all the different ways you listed. This will sound a little bit funny, but by picking only one sentence, you'll really be able to hear the difference between each mode of speech. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Then write down how each of these voices makes you feel. Maybe nothing feels good right now, but maybe you'll be surprised to find that one or more voice qualities you already have access to feels good in your body. And here's a bonus step. Try noticing what's happening physically in your body during these moments. Are you tense or relaxed? Is your tongue in a certain position? How's your breathing? Recording yourself as you work through this exercise can also be super helpful. Okay, probably not like this though, obviously. But you'll have something to reference later, and it can make it easier to track patterns. The voice audit is all about awareness. Noticing what feels good and what doesn't can be a huge clue when it comes to figuring out what kind of voice might feel right for you. Next, let's talk about creating an inspiration list. This is where you get to dream big. Think about voices that inspire you, voices you'd love to sound like someday. Your list can include famous people, public figures, or even someone in your personal life whose voice you admire. Try to keep it broad and open-minded for now. Here's an important tip though, make sure to include at least a few voices that share your cultural accent or regional dialect. For example, if you're from Northern Ireland, it can be helpful to include Northern Irish voices on your list.
Hi, I'm a lesbian. Congratulations. Thank you.
Why? Because trying to copy a voice that's way outside of your natural accent or speech patterns might feel awkward or forced.
Yes, sir. I will give it my full attention.
I have offended you with my ignorance, Count.
And we want your future voice to feel authentic to you.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
Now, as you're building this list, pay attention to what you like about each voice. And I want to challenge you to dig a little deeper here. Maybe you think you like someone's voice because of their pitch range, but is it really the pitch, or is it how confident they sound or how soothing they are to listen to? Here's another tip. Jealousy is your gut talking directly to you. If you feel a pang of envy when you hear someone's voice, that's not a bad thing. It's your body telling you what you desire, what you're drawn to. On the flip side, noticing what you don't like in a voice can be just as valuable. It's all information that will help you define what feels right for you. Now for the fun part, imitate and experiment. This is where you get to play. Try imitating voices you come across in your daily life, whether it's someone on YouTube, a podcast host, or an actor on your favorite TV show. Listen to clips of them and experiment with their tone, pitch, pacing, and energy. What feels good to you? What doesn't? And don't stop there. Like with the voice audit, check in with yourself after each imitation. How do you feel emotionally? How does your body feel? Does your throat feel strained, or does it feel open and comfortable? Does this voice make you feel happy, confident, or playful? Keep a record of these reflections to track what you're drawn to. This exercise isn't about nailing someone else's voice perfectly. It's about discovering what you enjoy and pulling bits and pieces of inspiration into your own vocal style. Before we wrap up, let's talk about something important: the limits and possibilities of voice training. A lot of people feel constrained by their anatomy and subsequently feel they need to limit what their goals should be. For example, a trans woman may feel like she needs to model herself off a lower pitched voice than what might really call to her because she thinks it'll be easier or more achievable. But here's the thing, your goal shouldn't be to copy someone else's pitch exactly. Instead, think about the overall feeling their voice gives you. Is it warm, energetic, calming? You don't have to hit the exact same notes as your inspiration to create that same effect in your own voice. For example, if you're drawn to someone who speaks in a higher part of her range, don't be afraid to explore the higher part of your range, even if it's not an identical pitch to hers. The goal isn't to mimic, it's to cultivate a voice that feels good to you and conveys the energy you want others to experience when they hear you.
In that way, it's a lot like the visual aspects of transition. You take bits and pieces and see what works with what you're working with. You don't literally try to copy someone.
And on that note, remember, cisgender pitch standards, like specific hertz ranges, aren't the best benchmarks for your voice. Your voice is yours, and what matters most is how it feels and how it aligns with the way you want to express yourself. Plus, remember, those pitch ranges would exclude people like Miley Cyrus and Ross Matthews, and I don't think anyone is checking their woman and man cards. Or maybe they are. Cis people are also oppressed by patriarchal gender standards. So there you have it. 3 exercises to help you explore and pick a voice that feels right for you: the voice audit, inspiration lists, and imitate and experiment. But remember, spending time exploring your voice is just as valuable as practicing with a specific goal in mind. Active time spent doing exercises can feel more satisfying or like an accomplishment, but this is like planning out your strategy before a raid boss, and it'll help you make the most of your effort. What does that mean? If you do everything in this video and you're still not 100% sure what your ideal voice sounds like, that's okay. Your voice journey doesn't need to be a perfectly clear destination right now. It just needs a first step. The exercises we covered today are all about helping you get curious, try new things, and uncover what feels good to you. You don't have to have all the answers to start making progress. Your voice will grow and evolve as you do, and that's a beautiful thing. And if you want to learn more techniques for how to create a voice that sounds like you, come join my free webinar where we'll cover everything from basic techniques to voice personalization strategies. Sign up now by clicking the link below. And hit that like and subscribe button for more trans voice content. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. Keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep being kind to yourself. You're doing amazing work, and I can't wait to see what your voice becomes. That's all for today. I've been Renee, and I hope this helps.
Energy.
Energy. It's getting very late in the day to have any energy. I do like this video. I thought it wouldn't be that exciting, but our next video, how to sound like Finn.
The highest energy you can muster.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go. Ah! Ready. Woo! It feels so good.